Alrighty, let's go. Guys, first of all, massive thank you for every single one of you that watches our videos, hits the like, comment, subscribe, notification bell turned on. I want to thank you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And for me, the 2020 has been a sucky year. Not for me. We have been incredibly blessed. But it's been a sucky year in general for a hell of a lot of people. It's kind of, our channel's done 7x something this year. So I am extremely grateful for how everything has gone throughout the year. Last night we had a little bit of a scary one. Our little girl Olivia got really sick suddenly. We ended up going to the emergency room, got home super late. Luckily they were able to discharge her last night. Her fever was like pushing 39 Celsius, which is pretty high, and it's quite scary, and really my first time as a parent, standing there with essentially you're helpless. That was frightening. And I want to thank all the guys in our People of Impact, the support group. We are not really the support group, but they're guys that contribute on a monthly basis to help support the channel. And we've got this little WhatsApp group, and it's really cool. And the sort of, our thoughts are with you. Those messages, it means so much. And that's really been one of the best parts that has come out of this whole experience to build this channel for you guys. And yeah, I do it for myself. I would probably make these videos if like 20 people watch them. If I could share my lessons that I've learned along the way, I will be the first one. And I've said this plenty of times. I don't know everything about shooting, but I've learned quite a bit along the way, and I look forward to continuing to share my knowledge with you guys. So anyway, yeah. Olivia's doing much better this morning, thank you. She's back at home, and she's laughing, and she's sleeping, and she's drinking, and everything. So everything's going to be fine. It's just somebody really needs to figure out a better way to get antibiotics into a baby that's not feeling great. So there's an idea for someone. Anyway, on that note, also in a previous video I mentioned that Olivia's nanny's husband, Elvis, got attacked for being an Uber driver. Local taxis, they're stealing business, whatever the case may be. It was horrific. He had some really bad injuries. And we also did a little bit of a fundraiser. Now we raised 35,000 Rand, okay, which was a little shy of our goal that we had of 50,000, but I think we did phenomenally well. Again, the People of Impact came through and supported that initiative, as well as a bunch of other people. And I want to thank you guys so much. So everybody that made a little donation, they wrote a little note on the thing. And obviously my wife for driving this initiative too, it goes without saying. So this morning we actually handed that over to them with a little card, and we wrote everybody's messages on the card. And it was super special, like super emotional this morning. Because they've never seen so much money in their life. And, let's call it $2,000, probably not going to make a massive difference in everybody's life, but for them it's a game changer. So I want to thank everybody for that. And also again, MDT, thanks for being such a good channel partner. I'm super excited to and that's really the crux of today's video. I just wanted to give you guys sort of that first update. I'm super excited to get continuity back into this channel and into my shooting. I really like shooting, and I really like the competition aspect of shooting, and I also really like winning. Now, while having fun doing that, you guys know my rule is rule 1, have fun. So that sort of goes, there's a couple of parts to that. I like having fun when I'm not on a stage busy shooting. I'm having a jol at the back there. A jol is like having a good time. That's our Afrikaans word of the day, jol. Having a good time. The last NRL match we shot, my stomach was sore the next day from laughing and giggling and everything. But at the end of the day, I still want to, when I compete, I still want to win, because I do take that aspect pretty seriously. And since I redid all my rifles on the bat actions and IBI, barrels and everything, I've been chopping and changing with like the sort of Frankenstein builds I've got left. And there's, okay, cool, this weekend you can shoot Alexa again. Thank you very much, Johan, for that. And then that sort of leaves me with 2 days to do low development and drive across the whole country and go shoot a match. And I ended up pulling a W there, which I was super pumped for. But that's very stressful to go and low development 2 days after, and then your rifle's not really grouping wonderful, but you go out. And, shooting a 223 in crazy windy conditions 2 weekends ago, in the North versus South shootout. That was fun, but, just pretty much messing around. And then this past weekend was sort of the cherry on the cake for me. I went to this long range match with the 7300, and it was hammering the week before, and I did all my sort of pre-match check and everything, and then, it was 33 miles an hour wind, and that's over 50 kilometers an hour. And I ended up coming home with 2 out of 28 hits, and I was really frustrated. That's not an enjoyable day shooting. And yeah, the conditions were challenging, but still, I sort of see where I missed. It was also very wet. So that made, you're shooting at 2,000 yards, you're not seeing a lot of splash with the 7mm. So when I did see splash or vapor trail, I'd make a correction based on that, and it would be all over the show. So I ended up coming home, went through the rifle, the action screws have come loose. And that sort of led to a conversation that I had with one of the guys on the People of Impact, and he was saying that he thinks that because I'm chopping and changing barreled actions the whole time and the things coming out, and every time I torque them, that bolt's stretching a little bit. I don't know, maybe you guys can give me some of your feedback. Has anybody experienced that? And I also think those bolts may be a little bit short for that stiller action, so I'm going to just source longer bolts for that. And I'm going to start Loctiting those suckers in, just because I never want to have that again. That sucks. And then I really come home, and I've taken a day away from my family to go and pretty much mess around. If it's my fault and I had a bad shoot, then that's fine. I can live with that. But if I don't like my equipment not being on point, and that's really the crux of today's video. So I'm going to take a step back from competing for the rest of the year. There's a really big competition, a National Rifle League match that I wanted to go shoot this coming weekend, but I've withdrawn from that just because my stuff's not right. I don't want to go mess around. I want to go up, be serious, be fun, but also compete for the win. We actually did some super cool trophies. I'm going to show you guys a little clip of that. And I really actually wanted to bring home that trophy. I could make my own one, but where's the fun in that? I wanted to bring home that trophy, and I think that would be super cool to go and fight for one of those. Now, the bad guns should be arriving soon. Yesterday I actually took old 22 BR, dummy round, knocked it out, necked it back up to 6mm using our expander mandrel, popped in little 108 ELDM, and this is kind of what my new dasher is going to look like. Super cute. And I've also had some dasher-sized 2-round holders made up. I find the regular one is just too long to sort of still get to your case. So these were super cool also on the website down below. So I'm really excited to have not just this rifle, but, have that continuity back where I've got my rifles are set up, and I'm not chopping and changing between scopes and barreled actions and chassis and bipods and grips, and that's been the story for the last 7 months, is chopping and changing every freaking week. Then it's a video of this gun, then that needs to come off this scope. It's been a lot of work, and yeah, that's first world problems for you. That's what I do for a living, but still to go out and compete with a rifle that's sort of spook and pluck, cut and paste job at the last second is not ideal. So I'm really looking forward to having sort of that consistency back, and I think the Dasher is obviously known for being incredibly consistent. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys sort of those rifles and everything, and then really plan out my 2021. I'll probably shoot another match in 2022, probably long range match on the 5th of December. We're going to do that, make sure my stuff is dialed in for that. And I'm also hosting another long range shoot in the middle of December too, sort of like a fundraiser for Impact Ranch. I've invested a lot to sort of scale up that facility with new props and new shooting positions, new steel, new hangars. It's been super cool to develop that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are, and then really I look forward to tackling 2021 and going after the National Rifle League South African Championships. I think that's going to be my goal for next year, is to try and shoot as much matches as I can there with the Dasher. And really do work. I haven't really competed very seriously over the last sort of year and a half, but I look forward to getting back there, and let me put it to you this way. I'm going to try and win every match I go to. That's my goal anyway, but next year it's game on for precision rifle matches in this country. Maybe I'll even fly over to the US for a couple of matches there. I really look forward to, you know, competing there. I want to also take the family on a nice trip there. I've got plane tickets that have been bought pre-corona that's sitting there, and I'm getting a little bit nervous because they only kicked it down the line for like 12 months, and you know, it was February, so we're getting there. I probably need to follow up on that. Yeah, also at the last long range match we did, the one I shot with my wife, there was the guy who owns the farm. His kid was there on a little dirt bike. I asked her if I could do a little lap. Also on that hunting video in the Karoo we did, I rode that little bike there at the end of the video, if you guys remember. And that really reignited my love for motorbikes. You know, I think if you're into motorbikes, it's always there. And I've always, over the last sort of 9 years that I haven't had one, I've always kept in touch. You know, I watch on YouTube motorbike stuff. I watch the Dakar. I watch all of those sort of things. The Red Bull events they have with the Enduros and the Motocross and the Supercross series for the guys in the States. Man, I want to go watch one of those events live still. So yeah, maybe with regards to our second channel, we'll do something with motorbikes and cars. Let's see. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, you can do that down below. Anyway, I've rambled enough. Once again, MDT, thanks for sponsoring today's video. Guys, if you want to support the channel, what you can do for me, if you've purchased anything, you know, MDT, Vortex, whatever, if I've given you a recommendation, by the way, I'll never give you a recommendation if I think it's crap. That was one of the reasons I backed out of a deal earlier this year, because not that I thought it was crap, but you know, it really didn't gel right with me. So I'll never push a product on you guys that I haven't experienced with. You know, at the moment I'm sitting on stuff that'll only be out somewhere in 2021, and the whole reason we're doing that is that I get to play with things for quite some time. And when I say play, I mean test. Before I give you my opinion, you know, I don't want to be the guy like, cool, new, or whatever, you know, like this. I mean, we got this in a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I've loaded quite a bit on that. I'm impressed, but I want to use it for a little bit before I give you my feedback, you know. Otherwise, my integrity is not really there. So you can trust that if I say, listen, that XRS at the back there is the business, then you're going to be happy with it. So if you've purchased something that I've recommended, let me know in the comments. I also like seeing what you guys are building, and yeah, the feedback that I get in the comments is super awesome. So anyway, thanks for watching. Every single one of you are amazing. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.